Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let Loose with Lou. It's been just one of those days today. welcome. My co host, Melon.
Hey everybody, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
And we have our special guest, Nadia. Hey, Nadia.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you for being here. Oh, I like that. Oh, Solomon. Great
That was
way to start.
Malone.
Oh, that was
That's
Melon.
me.
Oh, sorry, Solomon. I thought that was you on that end.
I would do it, but she found the button, so that's okay.
So we have a very special topic. For the past couple of two episodes, we've spoken about bullying. One in school, one in high school, and today we will speak of social bullying. Because you know what? Some of you people have big balls behind social media. And we're gonna
Yeah.
call your asses out.
Mhm.
Right?
That's right.
That's right. So, have you ever had a bad experience?
Oh yeah. Always have bad experiences
Girl.
on social media.
Really?
Yeah, but we'll talk about it later.
All right. Well, we'll discuss
Wait,
her
off camera or on camera?
ooh, girl.
Because that's why we're here. Let's talk about it on
We're
camera.
All
gonna
right.
talk about it, but I'm gonna let my guest talk about her
Ah,
situation.
okay.
All
And then
right.
I'll chime in a little
All
later.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to Nadia. Nadia, have you ever been social bullied?
Yes, I have. And because of that, I don't have social media anymore.
Ooh.
So I just thought it was safer
Mhm.
not to have it and then they would leave me alone. So I thought.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna start from the beginning. How and when did this start? How did this start?
So about 2 years ago, there was a situation at work. My husband did something that was inappropriate and it was work related. Because of that, I was targeted because we work in the same industry.
Mm.
Mm.
So they had a picture of him posted on our social media pages because from work we have certain pages up
Mhm.
there. Um, the picture was not just of my husband, it had me as well.
Wow.
Ooh.
So now he was targeted because he was the one that committed the act. And I was targeted because I was in the picture with him. And so they assumed that I was part of the whole ordeal,
Mm.
which I wasn't. I wasn't even aware of it.
Just to
Wow.
clarify, when you say they put a picture on the social, is that some kind of official social media page or somebody's
From
other page?
So from work, we have certain pages that would talk about work incidents, um, things that happen where we pick up our jobs, or anything that had to do with work.
Mhm.
They would post stuff there, or even vendors that our jobs reported. And so one of those
Even
pages,
vendors?
yes, even
So anybody that was affiliated with work
mhm.
related were posting all this information.
Yeah, they were on these pages.
And
Yes.
they're official pages.
They're official
Yes, they're
pages. Yeah,
official
they're
pages.
we have
Anything that
several of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything that has to do with certain information to get the members,
Right.
they would go on those pages. And when this incident happened, they posted pictures of all the people that were involved. And they were posting pictures not just of the corporate, but their families as well.
What was
Oh,
the
And
Wow.
purpose of them doing that? Was it to say this is something that happened, or these are people who we need to look out for?
s-
Why would they post those pictures?
so the caption on one of them was, "These are the people that are involved."
mhm.
And then they posted several pictures.
Hmm.
But why not post just a picture of the person involved? Why?
Yes.
Because the one of them was the person involved and their child. They
Wow.
know their child's not involved. Why would they post a picture of her?
Now, when you say they, did you know who they were?
No,
You didn't.
no, I
No,
didn't.
they're anonymous.
Anonymous?
Yes.
But you
But
assume it's management some kind of way.
No,
no,
No.
it has to be probably like a a
Just a
peer.
member.
just a member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just a
so
Peer.
member.
this is a community page for
Correct, a
the
community
Oh
page.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
But in order for those pictures to be posted or any type of information
Somebody
should
has to approve it.
approve it. Shouldn't there be like
So
an
maybe it was an administrator that posted?
mhm,
Yeah, because the admin has to approve
approve?
any of, and I do know on those different sites
Mhm.
or different pages that we have, there's a particular admin.
Mhm.
And you could have went straight to the admin and went after them and asked them why they
Or
posted
did
They
you do
allowed
that?
that.
Yeah, my first reaction was just not to go to work.
Oh, you poor thing.
Wow.
So I did receive phone calls. I received messages through my social media because I was part of those groups. So that's how they were able to message me, um, asking me how could I live with myself and be part of that.
What?
Wow.
Um,
I didn't hear about that.
and so I ended up just not going to work.
How long were you off work?
7 months.
So you
7
felt
months.
so you fell into depression.
I did. I did. I was seeing a
Unbelievable.
psychiatrist. He put me
Wow.
on meds. I was off for mental health.
That's
And then I wasn't able to complete my hours.
oh my God.
So it was just, benefits and make sure I have my insurance because I have an injury.
Mhm.
So it was just a lot.
Oh,
And
you poor thing. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that.
Hey, going back to Malone's original question, like, what did you do? Obviously, if your husband was part of this and you
Mhm.
weren't, um, did you were you angry at him first of all for now you having to deal with this kind of stuff? And second, at any point in those 7 months, did you go to the admin and say, "Hey, why did you guys approve this or take this down or whatever?"
so my first reaction was I I found out about the incident by a coworker. I
Mhm.
didn't even find out by my spouse. They screenshotted paperwork that was also posted on social media on Facebook
Really?
of the complaint of the incident, um, and it was sent to me
Ugh.
through text. So I wasn't even aware of the situation. I didn't know what was going on. I had seen it on the news, had no idea what was going on.
Oh, it
It
made the
was it
news.
was in
Seen
the
it
It
on
was
the
on
news?
the news.
news?
Wait, it
It
was
was on
on
Channel 5.
get out of here.
So the
Yes.
incident was on the news on Channel
The
5.
incident of what was done
Mhm.
on how these people were involved
In the
in the
situation which they
situation.
bullied
Yes.
you about that you
Uh-huh.
weren't involved. Okay.
That came out on the news and I was just like, "Oh, I wish,
Mm.
they would post a list of people that were involved," not knowing that my husband was involved in that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Stop it.
So
Okay, you,
Oh.
you guys got to fill me in later.
Oh.
so
Well,
then
it was on the news, so I guess it's already out there.
Yeah, it's already out there, but
they
we'll keep it
screenshotted
clean.
me the paperwork,
Yes.
the I guess the documents for court.
Right.
And then I sent that to my husband and I said, "What is this about?" And he
Wow.
said, "We
So
need
you
to
found
talk."
out. Wait. I'm
Wait, what did
sorry.
he say? I want to hear what he said.
Yeah.
He's invested. Solomon is invested,
I'm
guys.
invested.
He
What?
said,
Tell
"We
me what
need
he
to
said.
talk."
Jeez. If you knew what it was. So you didn't even know about the incident
At
at
all.
all.
Girl,
Wow.
I got chills right now just the thought about that.
Wow.
You know
Yeah.
how many wives and girlfriends
I
are trying
know.
to figure out if their husbands or boyfriends or
Oh,
fiancés.
there's more people that are gonna go through what I went through. Believe me.
Okay, so you sat
Wow.
down and you had a talk, and he
And
said
so,
this
so
thing.
I no, he called me from work because he was still at work at that time, and he says we need to talk, and I said, "Okay, talk to me." And he tried to say, "Well, I've been trying to talk to you, but we haven't been able to." And I said, "This is
Mm.
important. You could have said, 'Sit down, we need to talk.'" So when I got home that day, we discussed the issue. He told me what was really entitled. He had to go to court, everything that was going on, and I asked for a divorce.
Oh,
Yeah, because it was that serious.
right then and there.
Yes,
It was that
right then and
serious.
there.
Yeah. That was serious.
So then he didn't deny it to you. He admitted that he was a part of it.
Yes, I mean you can't
Woo.
deny it.
Well, I
It
don't know
seems
what it
on the
is. You guys aren't telling
complaint.
me. So.
Girl, okay.
Man.
Girl, girl. Oh my God. Like, I'm just like, whoo.
It was deep.
It's deep. Solomon, we'll catch up
Look,
with
Okay,
you
because
yeah.
later.
you guys got me thinking sex trafficking or something.
Woo,
And,
man.
sex is a good word. but-
Well,
I mean, if divorce comes up, this wasn't like
Woo,
diverting
man.
packages or something.
Okay.
This was something
Solomon's
bad.
trying to get it out.
So, oh
wow.
my God,
So-
girl. Mm.
Oh, I see why you had to be off for 7 months now, because now that I figured it out.
yes.
Wow.
But people at work were assuming I was part of it because my name was signed in. My name's on that complaint. Not
Wow.
in the initial, but in one of
Oh
the
my
what's it
God.
called? You know, when they do the list of everybody that was going to
Yes,
those
yes.
places.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Mm.
there was rumors that I knew. There was people that knew me from when we used to work together, and they were saying, "Oh, Nadia knew about it the whole time. I don't know why she's playing that she didn't know." And
Wow.
that's people that I thought were my friends.
Oh.
Is this still ongoing?
Yes.
Yes.
It's still an issue for you, Nadia?
Yes. But I deal with it differently now because
Okay.
I am going through a divorce and I kind of disassociated myself from my partner.
Wow. So, well, you don't know if there's still accusations being made because you're not on social media.
No. I don't.
Hmm.
I do hear talk when things come up and they'll ask, "Oh, is that her?" Cuz I've heard it. And my
Yeah.
friends will say, "Mind your business."
Good. And
Mm.
yeah, and for all you
Uh-oh.
peers
Here it
that
comes.
watch this podcast, don't go gossiping and bringing negative shit to anybody because you guys are all good for that. Like, you know what? This is sad. What's happening to her, it shouldn't happen to her or it shouldn't happen to anybody. So I hope that when you guys watch this, that you realize this is a human being that got caught up in something that she should not have gotten caught up, okay, for another adult's decisions.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
yeah, and then to be
Well,
her
cyber
welfare was affected because she had to go, and I understand because where we work,
we understand,
it
yes.
is a situation where if something goes down, it's like you hear the
Mm,
whispering. I know because I've been through
that's
the
bullshit.
whispering, people treating you different,
Mm-mm.
dogging you out on top of that.
Yeah.
And then, you're scared for your life because some people are just nasty.
Nasty. Yes.
And so I get it now. Now that I know where it's at, I get it. And that's ridiculous. Like you said, are those people that know who they are, you need
Yep.
to cut it out. Or you
Cut that shit out.
come on
guys.
down. We'll have it out right here on the couch.
That's right.
Because I'm down with it. Whatever.
That's right.
Well,
Me too.
Hit us up. So anyway.
Not on my couch, but Nadia, one last question for me, just for a clarification.
Uh-huh.
Is your name on any kind of legal documents or paperwork where you have to hire a lawyer to defend yourself?
So my name is on a legal document, but I was never spoken to by FBI or anything that had to do with the actual case. They never did talk to me about it. I know they probably did subpoena my records because I do have medical.
Yeah. You don't have to go into that.
Yeah.
Get it.
But yeah, I was never spoken to about the incident itself.
Mm.
And what's the current status of your work now?
I'm back at work. I've made a name for myself for my work ethic and not by
Good.
who I was married to. So I'm actually
Whew.
enjoying being back
Girl.
at work.
And I'm so sorry you had to go through that because the thing about our industry is people are so good always to knock you down. For the thing instead of praising, they stick to these little things, and that's
They
not
get a joy.
cool.
They get a joy out of mess.
Yeah,
Their
and
mess
that's
is
not
like high
Misery
cool.
loves
school.
company.
Yeah, misery does love company. And it's sad because we all have to coexist. It's like help out. If you see a sister, down, help her out, or a brother, help them out. Like that's what I don't get. And it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because, like you said, you were not aware of it.
It wasn't.
So why cast stones to you?
Because it's easy to do that. People want to point fingers.
And then they
And
did it on
blame.
social media.
And that's
Never came to your face.
no.
Never, because they're wussies.
Making all these nasty accusations and stuff on social medias. That's those bullies. They're scared to
Bullies.
come to your face because I know
Yeah.
I had one. I'll leave their name out of it,
We'll,
but
we'll
I
get to that
sure
one
want
in
to
a
tell
minute.
it.
We'll initials.
Oh, wow.
But even at work, like if you're talking about it and I'm there, why not come to me?
No,
and
yeah.
ask me
That's
personally?
bullshit.
Why are you
Yeah.
asking the people around me? Is that her?
Because they
that's
don't
I
really want
remember
to
I
know.
went to the grocery store and people were walking by with their carts and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's her." And I
Wow.
was like, "Really? At the grocery store?"
And at any time did you stop and say, "Hey, fucker, I'm that person, ask me the question.
No, I never did.
Her voice is too soft.
That's
It
not
is.
that's
Hey,
not Nadia.
sucker, I'm that person. They'll be like, whatever.
I really don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hence the why I ended up just not
Yeah.
going to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nadia,
Yes.
so as you went through this, obviously you were telling people, "Hey, here's what really happened," and those
Mhm.
people who are your friends, or I assume they were believing you at some point. At any point, did they step up for you and say, "Look, you guys are saying all this stuff. It's not true." I
I
guess.
didn't say anything until I went back to work. So for 7 months, I detached myself from everybody at work. People my real friends would text me to see how I was doing, if I was okay. But I never really talked to anybody about what was going on.
So you never told them, and was
No.
that more of a legal precaution, or
No, I was embarrassed.
okay,
So,
It was more of embarrassment.
because it
How-
was your husband?
Yes.
how did your husband take the fact that you had to take his heat? Like,
You know what? I could honestly say that he did
Mhm.
feel bad about it, and he didn't realize how much it would affect me.
or the family,
our
right?
kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. I
Oh,
think when
I-
he went and got involved, he was just thinking, I'm going to provide, opposed to, man, this is fucked up. This is wrong. And if I get caught, they're going to pay the price.
Ugh.
I don't think he thought that way. And he probably thought I'm never going to get caught.
Mhm.
Well, of course.
Hmm.
Criminals always think they're never going to get caught.
And then what kind of bullying was it? Was it people sending you messages, or was it people making
Yes.
posts?
Can you
That
give us
everybody else
examples?
could see.
For example, one of the messages that I got is like, you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of yourself. Are you not woman enough for your husband?
Mm.
And did they put their names on there?
No.
Yeah. So for that person that messaged her that, you're a wussy because seriously, you're gonna tell her she's not woman enough, but are you a man or woman enough to address that to her personally?
How did they send that to you if without a name?
So there's ways of sending messages without having a actual
Yeah.
account.
I mean, is this
Like it's a
Instagram,
face-
Facebook,
A
Twitter?
Facebook.
on Facebook.
Yeah,
On Facebook.
They're
I saw
fake
that.
Okay.
accounts.
Okay, on Facebook. Got
Yeah,
it.
because you can be incognito.
Mm.
That's not the word they use, but you can choose how you want to post that. I know because I did one the other day.
Post anonymous.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
did. I mean, it wasn't anything nasty. Well, maybe it was, but it wasn't directed to anyone particularly.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do it. Then I went back and put my name on it because I wanted them to know who said it.
And were these posts and messages places where other people could see it, or was
Yes.
it just to you?
No.
Yeah.
See,
they-
I
A
think
large
that's
group
wrong.
of people, a large group. The membership are the number of people on those things are like 800 and up. So,
So,
Oh, okay.
but you know what though, Solomon?
Hmm.
Shame on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram to allow that bullshit because they're so quick to say, oh, you can't use sexual or you can't use, unalive. But yet you can go ahead and send a private message and bully a person. Like how? How you completely,
Yes.
dismiss that? Like, no, shame on this social media platforms for that.
And anybody can open up an account with somebody else's name on it.
See, yeah, and
It's a
that's
fake
what I
account.
disagree.
well,
And
Meta's getting sued right now. I think something $1.2 billion
$1 billion.
or
I
something.
don't know what it's for though. Might be something.
Yeah, it's because
else.
they used biometrics without people are saying it was okay.
what's biometrics?
like
Use
your
face.
Oh
face,
shit.
thumbprints,
Okay.
fingerprints. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Oh wow. See what I'm telling you? Now was that one of the worst of the cyberbullying or
Well, yeah, because then shortly after that, I just took everything down.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't want nobody contacting me. I put in my phone that if you are not stored on my phone,
Mhm.
your call won't come through or your message.
Oh, so they were sending you messages too.
So and the sad part is that it's people that I had worked with that we exchange
of
numbers
course,
here and
that's
there,
how we do it. Yeah.
and so it's
Wow.
people that did have my number, but because I didn't have their name stored, then they weren't stored on my phone, and then messages were coming in.
Wow.
Do you
So-
feel like your and I understand, me knowing what you guys do for a living, I understand that it's a very close knit society. People talk, everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
Do you feel like at any point your work could have clarified to the to the group at large these are people who are not involved or not part of this investigation?
I think because of the time where it came out, there was so much going on, contracts, issues with things getting paid, and so I believe that maybe that wasn't top of their priority at the
Okay.
time. So maybe that's why. And honestly, I don't think most of us complained because I wasn't the only one.
Mhm.
There were other spouses that were targeted as well.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
don't think we spoke up. I think, well, in my case, for me, it was just easier to walk away.
Yeah.
And were they targeted for the same reason because their
Mhm.
pictures were
Yes.
included?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. And then where does that stand now? Where does that stand today? Are you still being bullied?
There's comments here and there at certain meetings when they discuss certain issues that are related to that. But I mean, I see the eyes on me, but they're not saying comments directly to
Mhm.
me.
I imagine they got to be thinking, how do you still have a job?
Yes, I
And then
think
if
so.
they assume you have a job because your husband was related, then they just assume you knew
Well,
it.
I actually I stopped associating myself with my spouse at that time. So maybe if they are aware that I'm
Mhm.
going through a divorce, and then they're like, okay, well, she's doing the right thing, or and what's the right thing in their eyes?
Mhm.
Well, I commend you because I mean, if I was in that position, I probably been fired because I probably would just blows go in everybody's face. I'm not violent. I'm not a killer, but don't tempt me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Mm.
I think I would've yeah, I think I would've rallied everybody right away, and I would've
Yeah.
put their asses on check.
But I get it. I get it because like you said, it's stressful. Like you
Yes,
can't go to work because
without the
you have to look at
comments.
all these people
Mhm.
and you're walking in a hall past all these people and you may have to work with them. So I get it, trust me.
And I
Yeah.
did feel embarrassed. How do I not know that this is going on?
Right.
Yeah.
If we had such a good relationship, why wasn't I aware?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Well, not you can't be aware of everything.
no,
Now you said you went to therapy.
I'm still in
You're still in
therapy.
therapy. Okay, so
Yes,
when you went, obviously you have this feeling of helplessness.
yes.
How are you today? How are you feeling today?
I have my ups and downs still. It's still a daily struggle. Anytime something comes up or it's mentioned, I go into that dark place.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm,
and I just have to get myself out of it
Yeah.
because I refuse to go on meds.
And good for you, and seriously, like, don't
yeah.
ever let something like this take you down, because you know why? You did nothing to provoke this. You didn't make the decisions. And when people look at you, you stand up tall. You put your head up high and say, motherfuckers, I had nothing to do with this. If your glass house is clean, then come at me. But if not,
Well, I did find out who my real friends were. That
Yeah.
was for sure.
Well, they shouldn't have came at you like that at all. Period. Because as
exactly.
adults, I mean, we're of age. That should have been never came out that way as adults.
'Cause, I
You
mean,
think it was little kids.
even family was doing
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, family was putting
Mm.
my business out there, and I was like, "Who are you to spread the word? Like,
Mm.
they're not even in this country. Why do they need to know
Wow.
what's going on?"
Wow.
Oh
And that's
Okay.
man, it got
family,
that far out.
Yes,
Well,
and I
that
had
just
to
shows
cut
how
people out.
people
Yeah,
like they like that.
yeah.
It was a thrill. It's something to talk about. They're always looking for
Misery,
something to talk about.
Mhm.
misery loves
Yeah. And
company.
even if it's not true, they'll make the story worse than what it
Sound
really
They'll
is.
juicy.
Yeah.
elaborate on it. Oh, they
Yeah.
Yeah.
love to
They
do
will
that.
embellish the story just so, because they're getting attention. Believe it
Mhm.
or not, a lot of times, and a lot of these people that are bullies, they like attention. And so this is why they do these things. Find, like we were telling the young girl that was here, my niece, and
Mhm.
your
Grandson.
grandson, they find a target, and because you're very, you know,
Soft
No.
spoken
soft
and
spoken,
well
they
mannered.
figure, oh, we'll go after her because she's easy. She's
Well, to keep in mind though, the other thing Nadia's talking about, I think I'm being Steve today. I feel like I'm being Steve. Um, but the other thing that's bothering Nadia, even if it's a thing where she is saying, I didn't do it, the fact she still feels a little bit of shame of I should have known. Do you see what I'm saying? So she's still dealing
Well,
with that from a therapy
absolutely.
standpoint as well.
Yes, because when we're married to our spouse, like, we're supposed to know, right? Like, I mean, there should be no I mean, I know something like that you don't, but I mean, like, you
That's a whole different subject in
it's
itself.
yeah,
Well, in
it's
an ideal world with a good relationship, with good communication, you're right. You're supposed to know.
Mhm.
yes,
You know.
but I mean,
But if you're
the
doing
sever
dirty, you're not gonna
You're not gonna
you're
tell,
not
hey,
gonna
come
know.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah.
the thing is, Solomon, it's just so complicated that oh my god, it's like
Everyone thinks they have the perfect relationship. They're trusting their husbands or wives or spouse, and they believe face.
How long were you married?
25 years.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are
So
your kids? Or
Oh, long story short, I have 6 kids.
that's a
32,
long story.
30, 26, 24, 20, and 15.
okay.
You look like you're
So they're all
26.
I know
grown.
she's so young looking now. That's what I said. I said, "Girl, you got a 30?"
And
Yeah.
are you physically? Is he physically out of the house at this
No.
point? See,
No,
that's an issue.
we're still going through the divorce. We are going to counseling. Um our household is not
The same, huh?
a
The
battle
dynamics.
or yeah, it's not the same, but we don't fight. We're trying to
Coexist.
Cordial.
yes.
Mhm.
And has he spent any time like incarcerated behind bars for
House
this?
arrest.
House arrest. Okay.
Thanks to
Oh,
my letter to the judge.
wow.
But I mean, I'd rather him do that than my kids see him behind bars.
Oh, so you asked the judge to be more
He
lenient.
yeah,
You
he
Okay.
can't
asked
ask
no,
a
not
judge,
to be
but
lenient, not to be lenient, but I did write a character letter. I did bring out the good qualities that he had or that he has. He is a great dad. He's always been there. He's always supported me and things I wanted to do. That's why this was hard for me to accept that he would do
Mhm.
something
Well,
like
it's
this.
25 years. Yeah. Is he
Um,
still working?
not there.
Oh,
Yes.
And did he ever give you a reason that satisfied you?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
man, let me tell you, these situations are hard. Whew. We're like Melon and I are I mean, like you Solomon, you don't understand. This is a situation like this is something that you know that people in our industry are gonna come at you. But it's so sad because this is something also when everybody like had ears on this, we like even me, I was like, oh God, like I don't is my husband on this? You know, like
yeah. Yeah.
every woman was like, who
And
like
everybody, I mean, rumors were big. There
Hmm.
was a
huge.
lot of rumors. So everybody was just, it was a lot of hearsay.
There's going to be more names coming out.
Oh, I'm sure. So
Mm.
there's a lot of hearsay going on. People don't know. And so they start, like I said, making up stuff, then finding people that they can get to, like
Mhm.
you. You're there, they can get to you. And they lash out. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Wow.
other, yeah, I guess the only other bad thing I'm going to say, unfortunately, is that it's sort of human nature today. If you look at how people respond on social media,
Oh
all
yeah.
somebody has to do is make an accusation.
Yeah.
You know, I sometimes get scared. Like somebody, let's say somebody made an accusation that something happened in this podcast studio. It would just my business would be done. You know, regardless of
Right.
anything. And we, you know, we have this tendency now to just instantly believe or instantly doubt before you start to say, hey, let's give a person like Nadia the benefit of the doubt or hear her side of the story. It's just this instant thing. So that's sort of unfortunate that, but it's how we've been trained to think now with all this, you know, the instancy of social media.
Well,
Yeah.
and
That's how we're
that's
being
yeah.
groomed.
And this is why we have this episode because this is crucial. Like there's so many people that could twist and turn shit around because their psychotic minds behind social media is just like stemming, you
And they're
know?
brave on social media.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're freaking braver than shit. But bring those motherfuckers out. Come on, girl.
There's people when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is get their phone and go on social media.
Mm.
The first thing in
That's
the
a lot of
morning.
people. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of people do that.
And you know what? But we're being groomed to do it.
Absolutely.
We're
All
definitely
these
being groomed.
platforms.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So
agree.
yeah, and
They're
then
our
like people,
children.
yeah, and then so people get a high off podcasts. They get high off of drama, all these what do you call them? Reality shows.
Reality shows.
Yeah, I mean, and those are scripted, most of them.
Yes.
So, and even talk shows are scripted. I've been on several of them. So, a lot of them are scripted,
Mm.
allegedly. You ain't getting me.
Uh-oh.
Allegedly, not by the producers, but
Breach of contract.
not by the producers, but by the people that go on these shows is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wow.
Man, Nadia, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. I didn't know it was as severe. And God, it really disappoints me that it's our own brothers and sisters. Like how easy is it?
They ain't my brother and sister.
Ugh,
I,
girl.
I don't call no one
Girl.
my brother or sister
Mm.
stab me in the back that are not down with me. I will not. I don't care.
People use those words too easily these
Well,
days.
in our industry,
Brothers
they
and
brother and
sisters.
sister. I use it sarcastic. Brother,
Yeah, exactly.
sister.
Exactly. Because that's the oath that you take, right?
That they're my brother and sister? No, that's not my oath.
Yeah.
Nadia, how's this impacted your kids? Especially,
Um,
are some of your older kids involved in the same industry?
no, none of them are. Actually, my two older boys believe that they will never be hired in the same industry because of their dad.
Wow.
But did
Um,
they want to before this
yes,
happened?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
My daughter was
Mm.
very afraid because her initials weren't in the complaint. Because her name was signed in and she worked in a law firm at that time.
Oh.
So she was it's like, are they going to come after me? I work in a law firm.
Oh,
So
wow.
she was a bit worried. Now that that case is closed because they all done their time, things are a little bit better. But now with this new thing that's coming up that's related to the initial case, everything's kind of
What do you mean by done their time?
so the people that were convicted did whatever sentence they had and they
Mhm.
completed it. And most of them, I
Like
believe,
enough.
are on probation. Um, I don't know what everybody else's sentence was, but in my situation, his sentence was 6 months house arrest and then 3 years probation.
So
Which-
how far is he into the house arrest?
So his house arrest is completed,
Mhm.
and now he's doing his 3 years of probation.
Wow.
Okay.
And I believe now he's to a year and a half.
But he no longer works where he.
No,
Could he if he wanted to?
no,
No.
no.
That's probably one of the
So that affected the household. Like that was
Yes,
income being
because
affected.
we had
yeah.
two good incomes.
Yeah, exactly.
To
And
So
So you're
pensions
basically
and all of that.
supporting the household now.
no,
No.
he did find another job,
Mhm.
and even though he doesn't make the same amount,
Mhm.
he makes pretty decent. So he's
Okay.
still. I
Okay.
mean, until the judge says otherwise.
Well, the children are almost.
Oh yeah, my youngest is 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, but I mean, like for her kids to have the disillusion of.
But we were used to a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
We would travel a lot. So
Yes.
I mean,
That's
that
why I
has to get-
tell people, don't think that you're above the law because those people you stepped on. Not that you guys did it. You stepped on the way up. Situations happen, and you end right back down. So
Yeah.
don't ever think you got it. Like I thought I had it.
Nadia, what do you mean when you said depending on what the judge says? What do you mean by that? You said he makes decent money, but depending on what the judge says, is it still pending for him?
So
or-
he's.
I know he's
so
got the
still in
probation.
probation.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that's it though. There's no other pending cases against
No,
him.
there is.
Oh, there is.
There is. There's another case.
Part 2.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh boy.
I believe it's more of a civil case now.
Oh.
It's not
Oh.
a federal, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Right.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Whew.
wow.
So yeah,
Um,
so it's not over yet.
Okay.
But at least I know how to deal with it a little bit better now.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
of wake up calls. That's all I know.
Yeah. Mm.
Boy.
You got us like,
We're all
I wasn't even expecting that. I was like, oh, she's gonna come and talk
Uh-oh.
about bullying.
Drink refills.
I'm like, oh my god, because like,
It just doesn't happen to kids. It happens to adults too.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
The kids, I mean, but it went through with wow. Because your children, were they bullied on social media as well?
For different reasons, but I think a
But
few
nothing to do with
comments-
that?
No,
Okay.
there was a few comments that were said to my children.
Oh.
But they dealt with it.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then Nadia, when you were going through it, I guess during the sort of the darkest part of this, did you ever think about self-harm? Did you think about leaving the kids, running away to some other country just to get away from it? What was the worst thing you
Everything
thought when
went
you
through
dealt
my
with that?
mind. Everything went through my mind.
Okay.
Just I just couldn't bring myself to leave my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That my kids have been my strongest, like
Rock.
my strength. Yes. Um, I still get those thoughts every so often. It would just be easier,
Yeah.
but I
Wow.
couldn't do that. My even
Man.
though my biological children are adults, I couldn't put them through that.
God, man, that's just like, and how is the relationship with your children with their dad?
You know, my daughter enjoyed having him at home. It built their relationship.
Mm.
Even though he was forced to be home, um, they bonded, which made me angry
Mm.
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 because it seemed like they took sides.
Mm.
Not that they did, but I felt that way.
Right. Right.
I felt that they were taking his sides. I hear he did something improper,
Mhm.
but I'm the bad one because I filed for divorce.
Wow.
Do you feel like they blamed? Did they ever overtly say, "Why did you file for divorce? Why didn't you give dad another chance? Why didn't you believe him?" Something
They
like that?
never said anything to me. Um, I started seeing somebody else
Mhm.
in the process. I had already started the divorce, but I had already asked him for the divorce. And in my mind,
Mhm.
it was easier for me to be associated with another
Mhm.
male.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
I
so
don't,
maybe that was wrong of me to do that because I was still married. But to me, that was the easiest thing to do.
but you were emotionally detached at that
And
point.
so
Well,
my
not
kids focused on
necessarily.
that. My kids focused on my indiscretion.
Oh, they
Mm.
saw that
So
as betrayal.
so they felt that I wanted the divorce because of that. But that wasn't the
But
reason
that,
why.
yeah. I mean, did they know how it got to that point?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So,
then I should have just waited until my divorce was final.
oh, well,
Let me ask you about that. So when you made that decision, obviously there's a few things going through your head. One of them is I need a distraction from this, right? I mean, you
Yes.
and the other one, there's probably even more strategic. If people see me with another person, they know I wasn't involved. Maybe there's some that going through your
Yes.
head as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're right. It seems like it was a little bit too soon. Is that a relationship that's still continuing now?
No. No.
Okay.
It served its purpose.
Mhm.
Um, I'm no longer associated to my or
Yes.
To either
husband because
one.
we're still married.
Mhm.
Um,
Where you're separated legally.
legal.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
yeah, we're still going through the
Once you
process. Yeah,
file
it
divorce
has to.
papers, you are legally separated in
Mhm.
the state of California.
Yep.
So, I like that I'm being known for me,
Good.
for my
Your
work
own
ethic,
Yep.
identity. Uh-huh.
for oh Nadia, she's a good worker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Nadia, that's his wife.
Yeah, because
Yes.
for a long time I was his wife.
Oh,
You are
his
Mrs.
wife.
Fred Flintstone.
Yes, and that's how people knew me. Oh, you're so-and-so's wife. I was like, how about you know me from my name's
Yeah.
Nadia.
Yes. Hi, it's
Yeah.
me, Nadia.
I don't know because my ex husband he was known to be as my husband. That's how his popularity came. Oh, you're Malone's husband. He didn't
But
even have
you're
a
a
name.
strong female.
Yes.
You're Malone's
Yeah.
husband.
Yes, this girl. So
You're
you've
that
also,
girl's husband.
yeah. So Melon,
Ma'am.
Mel, oh, you're nice and soft.
Thank you.
Um, you've had social bullying too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had it in the industry and
Also,
yeah, and
what the heck?
it was a particular person um that that is known, well known, and she's a well-known bully
Ooh.
at that. Social media bully because she's not bad enough to come to your face, but she'll write you a paragraph or two
What?
and then
Ooh.
and get nasty and everything because she thinks she's more educated than than the president of the United States. Oh, is he?
Mm.
So she would attack me on social media with her little whatever she has to say, and then I'll go right back with her. And it was like a back and forth thing. And not only does she do that with just me, but she does it with other people, especially when they question her about her job
Yes.
that she's not doing most of the time,
Mhm.
or why she isn't in the office making herself available
Mm.
like she said she was going to do.
Nadia's saying yes. Have you had
Because
a?
I know who you're talking about, and I've had.
So am I lying?
No, you're not.
Oh boy.
All right. So for clarification for the rest of us, so is this a work related thing? Yes.
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 And
So-
it is something that happened on those community pages.
Correct.
Okay. And was this someone in a managerial position feeling empowered to do this to you?
Not a managerial position, but a
supervisory?
position.
Office
Okay.
position.
Officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know who you're talking about.
All right.
So,
Well-
but
Oh boy.
the problem is that she bullies everyone on social media. She goes and she'll post stuff, pictures and things and text messages. She'll post it on Facebook.
And this is an officer?
Yes.
How do they even accept?
Yeah, I don't understand why they even accept. I don't even
Ah.
know why they continue to put that person in office, because she is a bully, a cyber bully 100, because she's on it on
What's
Facebook.
What's the worst that she's called you or said to you?
The one worst thing she said to me was, we were going back and forth, and I was questioning, asked her some questions, and so I kind of gave my little soliloquy to her on social media, like she does me, and people on the sidelines, chiming in because like they like mess, okay. And she had said, one thing she had said is that you must really like me, or want me, because you always are looking at my page, right? And I responded the way I responded. And if I was into bestiality, yeah, I would like you.
Oh my God.
But I'm not. So you got that wrong. Thing.
Oh
Next.
my God.
But that individual you're talking about also does it to people that she knows are not gonna respond.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
I don't respond,
Uh-huh.
and she's done it to me in person,
Wow.
in front of management,
Ooh.
Mm. Wow.
Wow.
stating on the way I'm dressed.
No
Like
way.
maybe I'm lying about my injuries because I dress a certain way.
Are you freaking kidding
Or
me?
why am I working in this industry when I'm educated?
What? But who is she to voice that?
Wow.
Oh my.
That was out of line.
that was
Yes,
completely out of
completely.
line.
In front of management.
And management accepted this?
They just look.
Well,
think they're
management
afraid of
would.
her.
Management would accept it because,
Yeah.
that's this
But
side and that
that's a
side.
person
Although
that's
she's supposed to be on our
on your
side.
side.
Well, she's
Yes.
supposed to be on
Because
your
guess
side.
what?
Yes.
Let's make it plain. We pay her salary.
Girl.
So-
I don't pay her salary.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
And when you
it
pay your
comes out of
dues,
your-
you pay her salary.
I'm a whole different.
Well, you used to.
Yeah,
Oh.
thank you. Thank you. I did not pay her salary.
There you go. She done
Her and-
climbed. She
her
done
and-
climbed up the ladder, and now all of a sudden, I don't do
Her and
that.
her 50,000 kids.
Yeah. So but that's
Oh,
And when I
that's
tell
cool.
you that she stays on social media, like you're at work, how are you on social media?
That's not.
Oh,
nice.
but she doesn't
You're on
have
the
time
clock.
to answer.
Why are you on
emails?
social media?
But she has time to be on social media?
Yeah, but when she
Ooh,
was trying to
good
get the
point.
position, what is she saying? Oh, I will be there to answer your phone calls, and
Yes. It
I
doesn't
would-
matter what time of the
Yeah.
day, you'll get a response,
Yeah.
a generic response. That doesn't answer my question.
yeah.
Oh, that's hard. I'm sorry that you both have to deal with that.
Oh, but she went on. She went beyond that. She went and hired an attorney and was trying to sue me for
Holy
defamation of
shit.
character.
Oh my God.
And then I
It
had
went that far?
yeah, like some people called me and said, I just got a phone call from an attorney in regards to you because she's trying to file a lawsuit against you. And I said, well, number one, am I saying it right? Defamation of
Defamation,
character.
yeah.
The meaning of that means that you're lying. You're making up something. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
she's accusing you of defamation.
Yeah. I'm telling the truth. So it's not. So you're wrong. And next. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so much crazy drama. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But that social media, like back to that,
Yeah.
that people stand behind that and they're big and bad behind it. Cause let's go. We don't even have
Well-
to
But
go
not
back and
face
forth.
to
Will that
face.
person, would she come up in front of you and tell you your
Oh no,
truth?
never, never.
How about
never.
with you? Like,
Well, because I don't speak up for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she
Wow.
look at me and go the other way. I'd be ready. Let's go.
My response to her is like, I'm doing the same thing you are doing here.
Yeah.
Because aren't you educated?
yeah, exactly.
Allegedly
What does that mean? Educated.
educated.
I have a degree. I
Yeah.
have a bachelor's in criminal justice and
Oh,
a master's in
nice.
psychology.
So is that a
Wow.
thing where most of your coworkers don't have college degrees? Is that
A lot of them don't.
Most of them
Yeah.
don't, but you
It's
you'd
not
be
necessary.
surprised. Yeah.
Got
A lot of them don't, but there's a lot of
That
people
do.
that are very
Well
well educated.
educated.
They do have degrees in whatever AA, BA,
MA.
GED.
Doctorate degree.
And
So-
they're there because it's a good paying job.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, of course. I
Yeah,
mean, a lot of
it's
people
simple.
they quit. We have people that were doctors,
Yeah,
Firemen.
scientist.
policemen,
Scientists.
scientists,
Yeah,
Yes.
judges.
Judges.
And the list goes on.
and then you
Yes.
have your crackheads.
And then you have football players, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have it's an array of everybody because they wanted to like this wasn't my dream. I didn't even own a pair of jeans when I came started working there.
Either.
No,
It's crazy, huh?
yeah. So
How faith takes it. But geez, I mean, I'm
but I
shocked
wouldn't
that-
give it up for nothing.
Yeah. I'm really shocked that you both have had that same incident with that one person. Unbelievable.
Didn't you have an incident too?
Well, I mean, you said it wasn't as bad though. My incident, I was like, my incident was nowhere near these two. I mean, my incident was just because of a filter, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that your eyes were that light." I'm like, "Yeah, they are. Take a look."
Hey, Nadia,
Yes.
one question really quick. So with the experience you've had over the last, has it been like a year?
It's going on 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
3 years.
And going through therapy, has it taught you anything about dealing with situations such as the one that Malone's talking about, this lady? I mean, like you said before, you never spoke up for yourself. Do you feel like maybe if this situation happened today, you would maybe do something different?
Oh, yes, definitely. I've learned that I don't have to explain myself to other people. I can either address the situation or not address it.
Mhm.
But if I choose to walk away, then I walk away with my head held high because
That's right.
I know I didn't do anything, and my character should speak for that.
Exactly.
And the people
Great.
that are around
Good
me
for you.
know the type of person I am.
Good for you. That's right. If you guys see her, you give
I
her
wear
that
pink.
respect.
Oh, I'm not wearing pink today.
Oh,
Your nails are pink.
Oh yeah,
Your nose is pink, yes. Because if not, Malone's coming after you.
And
I'm still shocked about the whole situation now that I know what it is.
Oh my God.
And Malone, what have you learned from your bullying experience? I mean, is there anything you would do differently if dealing with
Hurt
that
my-
situation?
Yeah, I'll just go and bop them.
Okay.
No, seriously, but
She's so funny.
the thing is that you try to think of how to deal with it. Probably what I would have done is just ignored it
Mhm.
rather than going back and forth. But you know that in me, it's not going to let somebody just run over me.
Right.
But I probably would have just ignored it, or I probably should have just went to her face to face, but I just couldn't do it and just let her know, let's talk this out as adults. We're not children here.
Right.
You're educated. So let's use your education. And I'm using education because I like to be funny sometimes. And, let's deal with it. Let's deal with the problem. Is there a problem? Do you have a problem with me? Because sometimes when you're face to face with that bully, all of a sudden
Oh, yeah. They're like this.
they shriek down.
yeah, they're like this.
Yeah, and then
big.
you won't have to worry about them anymore. I've noticed that you won't have to worry about them when you go face to face and confront them. And say, "Do you have a problem with me? What's the problem? Let's talk. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it."
Yeah, because they know it really isn't.
See,
a
that's
problem.
my
Right.
problem. Like, if I hear something for someone, motherfucker, you better come up front and tell me the truth. Because if not, I'm going to come at you. Because I don't care. You don't bully. And that's one thing I cannot tolerate is a fucking bully. Oh, my God.
I can't stand a bully that bullies, and then when you go and confront them, then all of a sudden,
I didn't
I
see that.
didn't. I don't understand why she was do that to me.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wasn't
that's the
doing.
worst.
Or that
I
wasn't about you.
Yeah, I cannot stand that. So
Yeah.
they screech down to this little.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I
And
can't
then
stand.
and I could just like see half of these like there's a couple that are always love to be on everything. They want to get all the social media information and they put it down and then they start speculating and making all these stories up in their heads and putting it all together and it's like, dude, like don't you have a life? Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to your husband. Pay attention to your family. Pay attention to anybody else but everyone else. Like really. Like don't worry about another person's family or their well-being. That's not your problem. You don't pay their bills. You don't put the clothes on their back, the food on the table, or the roof on their motherfucking head.
She's shaking her head. So mind the business that pays you.
Yeah,
That's
stop being
that's what I
social
say.
bullies.
Yeah.
Don't be enough with the bullying. Enough. That's enough.
And then there's the other people that go through your social media
Thank you.
and won't say nothing on there, but they will go and talk to other people. Did you see this about she posted this and she posted that? And then
Gossiping.
it's yes.
They're gossiping. Yeah, they're
But
social
they won't say
gossipers.
anything. They just
They're
want to
bully
see what you're
gossipers.
into, what
Yep.
you're doing, and then talk.
Those
mess
people have
about
no
it.
lives. They're probably so miserable at home. Miserable,
Most of the time, yeah.
most of the time because I mean for them to have to put that much like effort into your life, that's ridiculous. No. Oh my god. Well, anyways, well, thank you Nadia for your story. I'm just like like I didn't putting two and two together. We're like, "Oh my god." Like,
Yeah.
I
Didn't
still
know.
haven't put two and two together, but I will after we turn off
Oh
these
my
cameras.
Yeah,
God.
after it's
Oh,
over, we'll
God.
let you get number 4.
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
boy. Well, we're going to go ahead and end our episode because woo, we are like
We're overloaded. We're gonna have to
Over-
go and get a drink.
yeah, we are.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. But you guys be kind out there. You never know what the person's going
Going
through.
through,
And you
right.
know what? Half the time the person you're blaming is not the person you should be talking about, blaming or even talking about. Like stop, you guys, you guys need to stop. You guys
Don't be a bully, you
don't
guys.
be-
Peace.
yes.
Let's love one another and
That's
stop
right.
all this stuff. There's enough going on in the world today that we need to just love on one another. We need to
Exactly.
express love. I noticed that we're not doing that here. And I'm gonna use just California. I'm not gonna talk about anywhere else that going through worse things that we're going through in life. But we need to. Why don't we spread love? Why don't we get on social media and say some positive things to people?
Yes.
Make some positive memes.
Pay something positive forward, right?
Yeah, to make someone's day. Say good
Exactly.
morning with a smile, but get off of that
Yeah, turn that frown
Negative-
upside
that
down.
Oh
negativity.
boy, Nadia, any last words?
No, just thank you for having me here. And I'm able to
Thank you.
say my side of the story, even though I really don't have to explain myself.
No,
There you
that's
go.
fine. But
But-
you're able to let.
Yes.
Yes.
And sometimes talking is the best therapy.
Yes. yes.
Exactly.
Oh, I-
All right, so I get to be Steve and close.
Oh,
really?
hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I hope you're watching
I
this.
know.
Look at this.
So I think the one thing we all got from this is, that was a very difficult story for someone who went through a very difficult situation from multiple levels, on multiple sides, finding out that the person you love and trust has betrayed your trust, and then having to deal with the aftermath from all the people that you considered friends and coworkers. And so we commend Nadia for dealing with it and getting through that.
Absolutely.
That being said, I mean, I remember growing up, we had a stepmother who would let us use the phone, and she would say, you can only be on the phone for 7 minutes. And I say, why 7 minutes? Because if you talk for more than 7 minutes, you're talking about somebody else. Now, fast forward
That's
to
interesting.
that's fast forward to today, where we have this powerful tool in social media, which is a great tool for reconnecting, staying close to people, all of this stuff. But people can use it in those kinds of ways, and unfortunately, we have this self-esteem issue where people are constantly comparing themselves to what they see on social media from other people, right? And they say that no one who's doing better than you is ever going to say anything bad about you. So it's the people who feel insecure because you're happy or because you look like you're having success. These are the people that are going behind your back and saying these bad things. And so ultimately, the term cyberbullying is going to go away and it's just going to be bullying because so much
Yeah.
of our lives are online now.
And you made a good
Yeah,
point. It's people that are unhappy and have nothing,
right.
nothing going for themselves. That's why they're know-it-alls. That's why they're on social media trying to find the defects of the person. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
So yeah, so let's just
Be
understand
kind.
it's a tool for goodness. It's a tool to help uplift each other, stay connected, communicate, all of these things, and use it in that way and just be very self-conscious. I mean, like anything else we do in life, if you're about to do something and you stop and ask yourself, how would I feel if someone did this to me? Ask yourself that same question. How would I feel if somebody posted this about me? How would it
Yeah.
make me feel? Do I know what that person's going through that I'm about to do this? Like put yourself in other people's shoes. Have some empathy for others. And I think we
Exactly.
we can hopefully avoid some of this stuff. But I know it's difficult and Nadia, thanks for coming. I mean, I think you did a great job in sort of being part of this.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Nadia. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Oh, my heart goes out to you. And if you ever need anything, I'm not kidding. You're gonna go on my emergency contacts. You call me if you ever need anything, because
Thank
that
you.
I don't accept bullying, and
Ask her for 20 bucks and then give it to me.
I will give you 40 just for that. Thank you, Solomon
No problem.
and Malone and Bell
Yes.
Mel. Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you very much because you really blew us off our socks.
Yeah.
Woo. You guys, please subscribe, like, and follow. If you liked this episode, please give us a like, comment, let us know what you think. And if, oh, by the way, if you guys have any suggestions or anything you guys would like to speak of, please comment, send us a message, let us know because we're always up for great ideas, right, Melon?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. All right, guys, you have a great one. Thank you very much for viewing. Bye. And peace and love, guys. Peace and love.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you being here. I hope that today's episode has sparked an idea or challenged a long held belief or just moved the needle a little closer to what you want. Let's stay connected. Visit my website, sign up for my newsletter, hit me up on Instagram at Desi Eats